And here we've got our Nantucket seniors being recognized. And first up, our guy, ATK, Andrew Trotkilowa, the one, the only.
Who's next, Jules?
I didn't hear the name, and I'm not real familiar with the seniors this year.
Yeah,
that was a rah, 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 rah. Yeah, that could.
I want to film Kara, so I want to get this.
We're struggling with the poor PA acoustics in here, as always.
Oh, Miles Geddes.
Miles Geddes.
I really miss him in the pool. He has just been solid all the way through his high school career. We saw him swim earlier today to a first place win. Nice job, Miles. Jack Decker.
Jack Decker, here we go. And not too many seniors moving on. Obviously, they're losing some big names that'll be hard to fill the shoes of next year.
On the Nantucket side. Sister Dakota, they've come up through the Dolphin program. Gonna miss them in the pool. Of course, my favorite's coming up.
And Kara Godleski. 2 boys and 2 girls graduating, moving on, finishing their time in the Whalers pool.
Boy, I can't believe my niece is graduating. What a solid career she's had in the pool. She holds a school record of 103.35. Be interesting to see what she does next year, Jules. So we're losing some serious seniors. We're losing Jack Decker, Miles Geddes, Andrew Trotkilowa on the boys' side, and seniors Kara Garufi and Alexa Dragon on the ladies' side. Those are some big shoes to fill, Jules.
Very big shoes to fill. And again, a lot of Garufi and Godleski and other names on the record board that I think will be there for quite a long time. Of course, it's an inevitable part of school sports. Kids move on and graduate. But it'll be interesting to see next year who kind of steps up to fill those shoes.
Absolutely. But, you know, the Dolphin program is coming on so strong as it has been under the tutelage of Dory now, and that we're not going to be short for swimmers on either the men or the ladies' side. But all of those swimmers have left their mark on the scoreboard, and you know, we're wishing them the best.
That's one thing they've done very well over the years, ever since I was young, was the Dolphins program has always done an outstanding job of developing kids and moving them up into the upper Whalers program, and they continue to do a fantastic job of that. Kind of a coach's dream when you consistently get handed amazing talent that's been well coached since they were about 5.
Absolutely agree with that. Right now we're watching the 100 fly. Senior Kara Garufi in lane 3, Nicole Gottlieb in lane 5. This is known as Kara's forte. She's got the school record in 103.35. And right now Kara Garufi is out in front by 3 body lengths of the pool as she's on her final swim, or one of her final events in her high school career. Kara's going to be swimming this event in the States and the sectionals coming up in the next 2 weeks, I believe at Harvard and MIT respectively. But right now it's Kara Garufi as she's hitting the final length for home. She has really opened up to a sizable lead in this event. As I try to talk on camera and film her at the same time, it's a little bit
very good multitasking.
Bittersweet moment watching Kara as she's hitting the wall in lane 3 with a time of 105.60. Not good enough to break her record, but an excellent swim nonetheless. So that was Captain Kara Garufi, 105.60, followed by the swimmer from Sandwich in second place, the time of 110.81.
And 2 more Nantucket girls working hard to finish.
Kobe Moore from Nantucket with a time of 1:25.81. She's getting a Tommy point for that. Look for her to be one of the solid swimmers on this team in the next 2 years.
I think she's going to have some real consistent improvement, and she's done well this season.
Absolutely agree.
Go Whalers from Island Lumber at 1 Pulpus Road. Rain or shine, Island Lumber is always on time. Furry Friends of Nantucket, we care for your furry friends with passion. Pet sitting at care at 508-332-9198. They even cared for our good friend Bertha while Gino was away, skipping through Asia. And they did a very good job taking care of Bertha while he was away.
Right now we're watching the 100 fly on the men's side. Henry Blackwell in lane 3, Gus Day in lane 5, and Emmett Daly in lane 1. The Daly brothers have come on strong, racking up the points for the Nantucket boys. Both Emmett and Ronan Daly, welcome additions on the team. Right now it's the boy from Sandwich, swimmer I should say, out in front by a body length and a half. He's got a nice fluid stroke going. Interesting how he breathes. Watch this swimmer from Sandwich. He breathes every stroke. I don't think I've ever seen that in 100 fly before. But it seems to work for him.
Again, you have to find what works for you, and he seems to be doing just fine with it.
Wow, he's fast. He really opened up a sizable lead. Whoa, he smoked in that. Sandwich from swimmer in a time of 55.100, followed by Henry Blackwell in lane 3 with a time of 1:03.92. And Gus Day, I'm hoping, is going to pull off the third. He did. Nice swim by Gus Day in a time of 1:10.17.
Very strong swims for Nantucket. This portion of the meet brought to you by Harbor Fuel Oil Corporation, servicing the island for over 35 years. 24-hour service available at 228-2411, Harbor Fuel Oil Corporation. Congdon and Coleman Insurance Agency. Richard, James, and William Congdon are ready and waiting for you at 57 Main Street. Established 1931, specializing in personal and commercial lines of insurance. Congdon and Coleman Insurance Agency. Nantucket Boosters Club is back to their Tuesday night meetings every week. CPS Room 20, 7 p.m. Always looking for new people to help support our boys and girls in blue and white. Give a boost, Nantucket Boosters Club.
Which one is this one?
500 free. 500 free, 20 lengths of the pool. We're looking at Willow Kane, Dakota Dragon, and Tanya Teratana. I take that back. This is the 100 free. Excuse me. I'm watching their strokes and I'm saying, no way are they swimming a 500.
100 free. That would have been quite an aggressive start for the 500.
I was going to say, that is an unbelievable swim. The 100 free. And we're watching Sophie Davies, Alexa Dragon, and Isabella Day. My apologies. 4 lengths of the pool, up and back. But right now it looks to be Sophie Davies coming off that beautiful 6 dives we saw like 10-15 minutes ago, looking to have no contest in the pool here. Sophie Davies is motoring for home, followed closely by the Sandwich swimmer in lane 4 and Isabella Day in lane 5 for Nantucket.
Looking very strong. Looks like it'll be a 1-2.
And Alexa Dragon coming on strong in lane 1 as well. But it looks to be Nantucket, Sophie Davies in a winning time of 57.93, followed by Sandwich, second place.
The boys get ready. Island Pharmacy offering no wait for your prescription refills. Call 228-6416 with your refill number and it will be ready and waiting for you when you arrive. That's 228-6416, Island Pharmacy at 122 Pleasant Street. Nobody does it better.
This race is going to be exciting from the get-go. Jack Decker, lane 3, Tyler Wheeler, and Tavio Gonzalez, 3 solid swimmers in the pool, and guess what? They are delivering and not disappointing me in this swim. Jack Decker, senior, graduating, one of his last swims in this pool. Let's hope he gets a first place finish. Ditto for Tyler Wheeler, who's right up there in the thick of things. I'd love to see a 1-2-3 finish from Nantucket as we come off the wall. Same swimmer Jack Decker went against earlier, and you know he wants this win. But it looks to be the guy from Swimmage out-touching him on that wall. 51.39, Jack Decker second place, 52.02, third place, 54.18, Tyler Wheeler, excellent swim. fourth place, Tavia Gonzalez, in a time of 56:47.
Very strong turnout from all the Nantucket swimmers in that event.
Absolutely agree with you on that. That was a great swim. Jack Decker just can't get that guy from Sandwich Zone. Those two events, they've gone neck to neck. He just can't quite. It's a 1/10 of a 100 or 1/10 of a second that he's got on him. Yeah, the times are 51:39 and 52:02. Now we're at the 500 free.
And now as the ladies get ready for their next event, this portion of the meet brought to you by Nantucket Airlines. We're all about this island. After 20 years, we're not going anywhere except Hyannis. Call 800-635-8787 or 508-228-6234 for schedules, fares, and other information.
Now we're on the 500 free. Dick Herman's favorite event. Where is he when I need him? 20 lengths to the pool. We're looking at Dakota Dragon. She is phenomenal in this event. She just is so fluid. I look to her to be winning this event. The 500 free school record's been held for about 9 years now at 5:35:13. Probably not going to see that go down today, Jules, but we're going to see a great swim out of Dakota nonetheless. Willow Kane in lane 1 and Tanya Theratana in lane 5. Why we have this time, Jules, tell me a little bit about your international snowshoeing convention that you went to.
The International Snowshoe Convention is held every year. It alternates between the United States and Canada. This was a US year. It was in Manchester, New Hampshire, hosted by the Alpine Snowshoe Club. So each year a different club takes their turn hosting, and the clubs are less like Boston Athletic Association and more like Knights of Columbus or like Elks Lodge type clubs, much more of like a social club, and the whole underlying purpose is to support French Canadian culture and snowshoeing and snowshoe racing being part of that. So it's really just an excuse for a bunch of crazy French Canadians to hang out for a weekend, and some of us happen to do some running.
Canadians crazy never. They're such introverted, quiet people.
There may be copious amounts of certain beverages consumed, sometimes while running. Often cigarettes are smoked while running. It's, you know, that takes athletic commitment right there. The Paul Smith College team running on snowshoes. Yeah. Some of the hardcore traditionalists will wear the big old wooden tennis shoes, but you are allowed to wear the smaller aluminum shoes, which are much more lightweight, and they let you run a lot more easily. Honestly, the big problem with snowshoe racing is that if you run fast, the snowshoe is meant to swing freely, so it swings freely right into your tailbone. So you have to either jury.
Look like the same old snowshoes in the old days.
Similar. I mean, a little narrower, a little different shape to them, and you know, aluminum instead of wood or titanium, some nice plastic. But yeah, you kick yourself in the back, so you have to wear a pad or put a towel or something in the back of your shirt to protect your spine.
Sounds fascinating. So meanwhile, while you've been snowshoeing at the International Convention, Steve Pignato is just back on Nantucket, back from his 25,000-mile extravaganza trip around the world. And Steve, welcome back to the island.
Thank you, Paula. It's good to be back.
Steve Pignato, one of our cameramen, and I had the pleasure of going to his yoga class Monday night. So look for Steve Monday nights at Nantucket Health Club. Great yoga program that he's bringing back to Nantucket was with Ariel Marcoux. And also, for those of you surfers out there, Hang 10 is going to be starting this summer at the beach with Sean Fitzgibbons and Steve Pignato. Early morning yoga for you surfer rugrats and newbies to yoga. Highly recommended, so stay tuned for Steve with updates on the island for that.
Thanks for the plug, Paula. Yeah, so me and Sean, we're going to be doing Hang 10 yoga. It's going to be beginners, experts, anybody welcome.
What is Hang 10 yoga?
It's a good idea for a name that Sean came up with.
Oh, it's just a name?
Yeah, you know.
What kind of yoga do you do, Steve?
We want to make it approachable and, you know, for everybody. And that's the kind of yoga that we're going to be doing. So Sean may have some cool moves for the surfers. I'm going to try to make the triathletes happy, but really, we want everybody to come. All you need is a beach towel. Come get sandy, not too sandy, And
How do people sign up for it?
you just show up. You know, it's gonna be donation based. Just come down to Cisco Beach, 6 o'clock.
I'll be there.
We don't have a lot of dates yet, but you know, we'll let you know as the summer approaches. And if it goes well, then we'll do some early morning
We'll put it on the crawl for you.
Absolutely, it sounds great. I look forward to it.
Appreciate it, Gina. Thanks, Paula.
No worries, I really appreciate your yoga class Monday night. Look forward to seeing you on the beach. Little yoga, little surfing, all good in my book. Right now, back to the 500 free. We have Dakota Dragon making this look so effortless. Jules in the pool. She has lapped her closest competitor on the sandwich side as she's clocking in right now in lane 3 with 3 lengths of the pool to go. She's at 4:45.15. Nice, relaxed pace. That's the name of the game, object of the exercise in the 500 free. But sounds as though Steve and Jules, for those of you watching this broadcast, certainly have been traveling and doing things a little bit out of the ordinary. So props to them, and thanks for the inspiration.
Well, you know, got to keep it interesting.
Absolutely agree with that. The bell lap, Steve McCluskey ringing the bell. The bell lap, we used to have it the gun lap. The gun lady way back when used to blast the little gun. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember that.
Yep.
The bell seems much more pleasant.
It's more Nantuckety, I think. The bell is
Yeah,
more
more Nantuckety, nice nautical bell.
Exactly. Dakota Dragon in the pool as she is going to be finishing her final lap in the 500 free. Nice relaxed swim on the ladies' side. Not close to the record of 5:35.13, but an excellent swim nonetheless being shown by Dakota Dragon in lane 3, finishing in a time of 5:56.02. And the mark of a really talented swimmer in the 500 free is to keep it under that 6-minute mark. So excellent job, Dakota.
Really nice, steady pacing, just very smoothly executed, a great swim for sure. And as we move towards the end of this event, this portion of the meet brought to you by the Sea Grill, offering 9 at 9 every Friday and Saturday night, 9 to 10 p.m. Entire bar menu is only $9. 45 Sparks Avenue. Give a call, 325-5700, Sea Grill.
So Dakota Dragon finishing in first place at a time of 5:56.02, followed by the sandwich swimmer. And, followed by the swimmer from Nantucket in a time of 6:21.87.
And as we transition into the next event, a big thank you to all of our fine sponsors here on Gino 99. Axe Screen and Window Repair, At a Glance Window Treatments, BPC Architecture, Brock's Insurance, Congdon and Coleman Insurance, David Goodman Tile, Don Allen Ford, Fairgrounds Restaurant, Furry Friends of Nantucket, Harbor Fuel Oil Corporation, Humphreys Electric, Enquire and Mirror, Island Carpets, Island Lumber, Island Pharmacy, Island Variety, Joe Rapaki, CPA, Cam Appliance, Killen Real Estate, Lindsay Inc., Nautica Marine, Martin Burke Painting, Nantucket Airlines, Nantucket Booster Club, Nantucket Civic League, Nantucket Electric, Nantucket Insurance, Rick's Paint and Maintenance, Santos Rubbish Removal, the Sea Grill, and Sign Here. Remember, you can join our sponsors by calling 508-825-8817, as little as $15 a week. You can help bring Whaler Sports to TV, online, and now streaming live 24 hours a day to your mobile device. That's Gino 99, 508-825-8817.
Right now in the 500 free, we have just started with Gus Day leading the pack in lane 3, Halsey Aguirre in lane 1, in lane 5, and Emmett Daly in lane 1 for Nantucket, 20 lengths up and back. So it gives you ample time to recognize our fine sponsors.
Yes, plenty of time. Gotta love those longer events.
School record on the men's side in this event is 5:18.16, set by Bo Garufi in the 500 free. That record has yet to come down. He's a senior swimming his final season at UMass Amherst. Best of luck to Bo. He's swimming tomorrow, I believe, at Fordham University in New York.
It's always good to see when an athlete has success at the high school level that they continue on to the college level, regardless of how competitive the school is. Or I heard a statistic once, it's something like under 5% of high school athletes participate in college athletics at any level.
Interesting.
Just a lot of them just kind of, they get burnt out, or they figure, they're going to focus on academics or what have you. Unfortunately, a lot of them focus on other extracurriculars, but I remember being a runner in college. Our coach brought in a speaker who talked to us about recovery and endurance and staying active through college and after college, as a lot of us were getting ready to graduate. And he said that basically just by the sheer fact of participating in college sports higher than the intramural athletic level, you're basically one of the elite college athletes in the country, surely by participating, because so few people continue with it after high school.
So absolutely true. You know, I give Bo a lot of credit. He's been swimming Division I swimming up at UMass Amherst. They have won their championship, their conference, which is a very competitive conference to be in. Every year he's been there, and I'm not certain when the championships are, but we wish him the best of luck in that venue. And interestingly enough, he's leaving college as his sister's entering college. So
that's right.
Changing of the guards, so to speak. But right now we are in the 500 free, and it looks to be Sandwich and Nantucket.
It's always good to have those families that are athletically inclined. You hope the siblings are spread out a little bit. You know, twins are nice. The Daly brothers are going to be, you know, moving forward well. But when you have them spread out a couple bit, as you know, the Blount family comes to mind with Luther and Josh.
Wow.
They were both such dominant, dynamic, really great swimmers with a lot of depth. They could participate in a lot of different events. Being a few years apart, you know, as the coach was, you know, mourning Luther's departure, he remembered he could look forward to a few more productive years with Josh.
Oh, we had the Blount brothers. We had Dylan and Connor Wallace. Connor, of course, has come back to be one of the assistant coaches of the swim team. We had the Tools, Henry and Sam. Henry's now at Yale. I think he's in his sophomore year, perhaps, or junior year, I think, at Yale.
Junior year, I believe.
And Sam, I think, is graduating this year from Hamilton College. Neither swam collegiately, but their name is still up on the board. They, you know, both forces to be reckoned with in the pool. So we had a lot of storied brother and sister teams. Of course, the Garufis, Bo and Kara. It was a bit unusual. You had a male and a female.
Yeah.
But while we have this time, I want to recognize Coach Natalie Hamlin, who has done so much to bring this program to where it's at. She was a former outstanding swimmer for Nantucket. Her name is still on the board. And then, of course, she went on to Norwich Academy. And ditto for Coach Jim Pignato, whose brother Steve is the cameraman currently for us. Jim went on to swim at Bentley College. And what can you say about Jim? He's just done so many great things for these kids in the community, mentoring them. You know, starting with Doreen Allen and the Dolphin program all the way through, and you know, the pool and the community owes a lot to Jim Pignato.
Jim has absolutely done a great job, and that's one thing that's been so great about the swimming program in general. Despite the turnover with the coaches, and especially the diving coaches, they've always managed to keep a very solid program. Again, we said it over and over, the Whalers program has always been very productive with moving swimmers along, and but definitely Jim has done really an outstanding job as coach.
Yeah, and you know, I think the mark of a good team is when you see those same athletes coming back year after year, sticking with the varsity program, and you have little to no change in the team. The kids that have started freshman year are with this all the way through, so that's the mark of a well-coached team. But right now, the Sandwich swimmer is getting the bell from Steve McCluskey in the final 2 legs. Is Gus Day good enough to challenge him? Hard to tell, but Gus Day is looking to have a beautiful swim in lane 3, but it looks to be Sandwich all the way, Jules, in the 500 free.
Looks to be that way, you know, barring a catastrophic cramp.
Gus Day is definitely motoring. You never say never. The guy from Sandwich could be a little too laissez-faire there in lane 4 and actually lifts his head to see where he's at. But Gus Day has brought it very close to almost taking that. Sandwich with a time of 5:53.52, followed by an excellent swim by swimmer Gus Day in second place, 5:55.12, well under that 6-minute time frame that uses a strong gauge. Excellent swim.
Very nice swimming.
Halsey Aguirre, time is 6:08.35, good enough for 3rd place. Excellent swim. Aguirre brothers, speaking of...
Aguirre brothers, how can we forget them?
Taylor's so talented as a swimmer and a diver, and what Halsey brings to the pool is great. we're going to be winding down this show after this event, Jules. Any final parting words you want to say?
Great to see the seniors being recognized on both sides. Good to see that Jim Pignato decided to recognize both sides. I think that's always important, and a good cap to a very, very productive season for Whaler swimming, yet again.
I know, and congratulations to the seniors. Congratulations to the Nantucket swimmers, and best of luck to them in the states and sectionals, and hopefully we'll see you pounding the pavement one of these days.
Hopefully.
It's saying so good night and so long from Channel 17. Oh, okay, then I apologize. I guess we're still on the air. We are going to be doing
one final relay to go.
200-yard freestyle relay. Kara Garufi, Dakota Dragon, Alexa Dragon, and Sophie Davies in lane 3. Selfishly, I really want to see this. And in lane 5, we have Lynn Gentner, Sophie Noel, Ingrid Amaran, and Kobe Moore. I apologize, I cannot read what they put on this. And in lane 1, we have Gammons, Willow Kane, Nicole Gottlieb, and Beth Malaves. Right now, senior Kara Garufi in one of her last swims in the pool, touching for home with the leadoff in lane 3. This is the relay team, I believe. Nope, they don't hold the record, but perhaps they're shooting for it today, which is held by Martha Carr, Kelly Martin, Caitlin Ellis, and Ainsley Ellis. The Martins, another family of strong swimmers.
The Martins, the Ellises.
Will and Ashley being twins of Kelly Martin, really talented swimmers.
And as the relay continues, this portion of the meet brought to you by Don Allen Ford on Pulpus Road. Now offering quick lane service with no appointment needed, as well as 24-hour towing and roadside assist at 228-0134. Don Allen Ford.
Right now, Alexa Dragon is motoring for home. You say about the Dragon sisters, what they brought to this pool as well. Sophie Davies waiting to touch. I'm wondering if they're shooting for this school record. They're at 122.03 right now. They've got their work cut out for them, but Sophie is swimming strong, hard, and fast. Look at her go. .200-yard freestyle relay record is at 1:46.99. Oh, she is just going to be off that record. The time of 1:48, excuse me. Yep. 1:48.65, but I'm not certain if that's the right time because notice the clock is going crazy, Jules.
Right. Perhaps some timing difficulties.
Close but no cigar. The team of Kara Garufi, Dakota, and Alexa Dragon, and Sophie Davies, and a time, unofficial time of 1:48.65. Followed by Nantucket in 1:59.19. The team of Gentner, Noel, Amarin, and Kobe Moore. They get a Tommy point. Excellent swim.
And as the men get ready for their event, this portion of the meet brought to you by Brock Insurance, Albuquerque Brock Insurance Company, wishing every student the very best year. Brock Insurance is here to provide you with all of your insurance needs at 228-0104. Brock Insurance.
Right now, the 200 free relay. Taylor Aguirre, Tavio Gonzalez, Tyler Wheeler, Jack Decker. That is going to be the lane to watch. Lane 3 is going to be solid, as is lane 1 of Higgins, Aguirre, Ronan Daly, Emmett Daly. Lane 5, Scott O'Connor, Lee Geddes, Patterson, and Campos. Check this out. This is going to be the race of the day, I think, between lane 3 and 4 in this event. Wow, Taylor Aguirre, great swim. He just did a 50 and 25/48, 100ths of a second. Nice job.
And again, it's a very close race, lane 3 and lane 4 right now, but compared to the rest of the field, they're running away with it.
Wow, but I'm giving the nod to Tavio Gonzalez. He is motoring. He just turned this race around. way to swim. He just took the lead over from the Sandwich swimmer, and right now it's back on the Nantucket side with Tyler Wheeler in the water. When he's on, and he's been on today.
Sandwich swimmer making a very strong comeback. That lead has whittled away, but Nantucket still just barely ahead.
Wow, Tyler Wheeler though got the kid from Sandwich, and right now it's Jack Decker going against that kid that has gotten him the last 2 times in this event. And this would be, Jack Decker wants to go out on a win. This is last event of the day, second to last event of the day. And guess what? Jack Decker got the message.
He is motoring, he's pouring it on right now.
Oh my gosh. 138.06 Sandwich, Jack Decker 138.20. Oh, they go against each other at the end at the 400 freestyle relay. You just can't buy a break.
Touched out again, but nothing to take away from that. That was an incredible swim from that entire relay team, and Jack Decker especially turned in a very, very strong swim. You know, obviously he wanted the win, but a very strong swim.
But you know what? What a swimmer. He just shook the hand of the Sandwich swimmer. But 138.06 to 138.20, it just doesn't get any finer than that when you're watching a swimming event.